Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello! Welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I am your host, Gary. And normally, this is where I like to take a look at older comics, talk about the characters and creators, and then examine the stories and the art. This time, something a little different. I want to show you some work by someone that I know you have never heard of. That's because he's never been published. This is some work by my friend Dean Boeff. And and the title of the comics, I have, 6 of them here that he did, is Superkid, or the Invincible Superkid, however he wanted to put it. I have 6 issues, but he did a lot more, because this is a total of 20, he's got a total of 29 issues that they've done. But, see, this is, start at the beginning. Okay, this is my friend, Dean Boeff. We met in late 84 or early 85 at college. I went to a year of college at Northeastern Junior College, and he was taking classes there. We had both gone to the same high school. Both graduated from the same high school, but we'd never met because I'm a few years older than he is. And then after I got out of the service, I went to 1 year of college at NJC while looking into going to art school. And that was where we met one of my art instructors. Took both of them, in fact. When they knew about my interest in comics, they told me about this kid, Dean. Okay, this is a junior college, just a 2-year program. And I went full-time for 1 year, but Dean never went full-time. His sister did, and she got her nursing stuff there. But Dean was working all the time after high school. And rather than being a full-time student, he took some classes there, and some art classes and stuff. And we met. He wasn't actually taking any art classes. He was taking journalism and photography classes. And he even did some photos and a college newspaper write-up about me. Funny guy. So, going back to when they was in grade school, he and his cousin Philip, they were both big comic book fans. They were kids, a lot of kids are, and they started doing their own comic book. And they were both big fans of Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes and the Justice League of America. And they kind of did a little bit of a mashup there. And their main characters were, because they had the Legion, they had what they called the PD Legion, and they called their stuff PD Comics for Philip and Dean. Philip worked on the plotting, and then Dean did all the artwork and dialogue. But over many years, of course, as kids do, they just did little books with drawings and crayons and stuff like that. And then as he got older, he got better, and he tried to do it more professionally. He even, in some of them, yeah, like him right here, he even put it in DC inside the front page. And but he hasn't done this in years. And I thought I would just share some of his work with you. And of course, the 2 main characters are Superkid and, is it Dino Boy or Dino Kid? I think it's Dino Kid, which are their alter egos, because Superkid is Philip and Dino Kid is Dean. and then had a bunch of other superfluous characters. Some family members and other people that they knew got thrown into the mix. Of course, those other people didn't know anything about it. So let me just show you a little bit of the work of my friend Dean with Superkid. And you can see here, this is purely fan-made, fan-produced for for fan stuff. But the neatest thing is they did this just for the sheer love of doing comics. And you can see Dean is he's very naive in his technique. Unschooled. He's had some art classes, but not enough to bring him up to any kind of professional quality. But he's good heart. He's such a nice guy. I mean, he's just the nicest guy in the world. And he works so many hours on it. Now he's working. He worked for years as a in the college library. He for many more years was a prison guard, and now he's got another job, and he just doesn't have time to do any creative stuff anymore because he's got a teenage son. He's married and his wife has health problems and he has to take care of her plus his job. So I just hope he can get an opportunity to do some artwork just for fun, keep his hand in. Now this here, I want to show you. This is the college from New Voices 85, the college art and literary magazine for the year that I went there. And I wanted to show you. Of course, that's the wrong one. When I wanted, the thing fell out. There it is. And to my knowledge, this is the only actually published piece of his artwork. Molecule Girl. And it's rather nice for a naive sort of way. And I have a couple of stories, and yeah, here's one. My only drawing in this book, and I had two short stories in here in this magazine. And in addition to doing all these comics, he also used to do a little fanzine of another sort. The PD Tuned In inside Jupiter's Pilgrim. This figure right here on the right is him, and he would write things. In this case, this has got a science fiction short story written by his sister, and the naive quality of his art, but he really puts in the effort, like all the detail and the stuff in the background here. DC Comics can see Scorpio Rose, Batman, funny little characters, Action Comics, PD Legion promo. And this is from the story. He did some illustrations for his sister's story, yeah, and a little cartoon. I thought that was kind of nice. And this is also from the mid '80s. So that was that. And this one here is the first issue, earliest issue that I've got, number 24, 1982, and it's, like I said, it's, you can see, if you look in the background in that he's making an attempt at with linear perspective. So he must have learned. I didn't realize. I was thinking he was ignorant of linear perspective until I started looking through these again, and I saw, oh no, he's not. he's just naive with it, and he doesn't necessarily know how to work it that well. Hell, I have difficulties a lot with some linear perspective. But he has some storytelling qualities, and it's very fabulous. But he has some really good moments once in a while, and of course, it's all fan. You can't deny that at all. But he's got some nice stuff going on here. Let's see if you can see that. Of course, everything has to fall down. These top panels, if I can get position so you can see these top 4 panels, there's some really nice stuff going on there. There's the quiet moment, and the profiles of these 2 characters on the right, and the little friendly peck on the cheek and stuff. It's some really nice stuff, and you can see, if you can see a little better in this flying scene here with the cityscape, because all this takes place in Denver, and you can really see the detail that and heart that he put into it, working on this. I mean, this is some difficult linear perspective here, even for professionals, and of course, it's not accurate by any means, but it's better than not making the effort at all. And he made a pretty good attempt at it, and I really got to give him credit. But the storytelling is a little unusual, or not necessarily unusual, because they kind of get lost in stuff. I don't think in all these issues they ever actually complete a whole story. There's so many plots and subplots going on that nothing ever ends. It's kind of like that one TV show, Lost, where they always start up new plot threads and never tie anything up. And that's that issue. And then here's issue 25. It has some occasional nice stuff. Now, I mentioned this is a really, really nice work. It's, of course, again, the perspective and stuff is off, and I don't blame him for it. The attempt. If you can see the background, clear in the background, that cityscape, that is a very good attempt. And I have seen some professional and stuff not quite that good even. He had a really and that must have taken him hours to draw that, just for a nice little splash page. And he was diligent. He's always putting all kinds of background in it, very, very dense backgrounds, even when it probably would have been better sometimes to have not had the background, because it becomes a distraction, like to the action and stuff in the foreground. But he, like I said, it's naive, but he does a lot of hard work. And there's another one. Ooh, action going on. Here's some flying. And some, again, so he has good moments, and they're really nice moments. And I like his stuff. I'm his #1 fan. And here's another one. Very, very wordy. Dialogue heavy. In this case, all thought balloons. And the character is just thinking as he's flying. But again, if you look at the perspective in that central panel, flying over the city, that is a lot of hard work and a very difficult to attempt, and he really worked at it. And I don't know, because he's drawn more comic pages than I have, and that's some really nice stuff. Looks like it could have been out of Doctor Strange. And then, whoops, I bumped the camera. Listen, they never did get the cover inked. And this is running longer than I had intended. And over the years of our friendship, Dean, this is just a few things. Dean would write letters with little doodles, sometimes on the envelopes and postcards, and some of those come out really, really nice. And this is just a quick doodle, but I think this particular one is really nice. See all these drawings here, just lovely. Some nice, lovely stuff. This one especially. There's some heart and love put into that one. And overall, for a single piece of his artwork, I think this is the best one that I have seen. And he's tried other little things, done some little comic strip type stuff just for fun, like he did this one. And this is some really nice, even though it's just all talking heads, it's some really nice work. Almost no background. See, he's learning. Because it's just talking heads. Called 3 Squares. Because he likes newspaper comic strips too. Mostly a fan of Steve Canyon. So, that's that. I've run over. I just wanted to share my friend Dean with you. Please like, share, subscribe. It doesn't matter. Leave a comment. And remember, even if it's just fan-made comics, comics are art.